Today I thought I'd share with you a course that I've recently taken part in. It was a Buddhist course, and I wanted to learn more about it because there's conflicting theories about Buddhism in our country, and some people are for it and some people are against it, and some people say it's against their religion, and I wanted to know more about Buddhism and what it was and what it meant and everything. So I did this a 3-week course through Harvard, and it was actually very enlightening. And what I discovered was that Buddhism is actually not a religion. It is a way of life, and it's a positive way of life. So I've written a couple of notes here just to remind me of what I've learned, and it says here, Buddhism doesn't write the notes, but makes you look at it differently. So each person goes through life experiences, and we need to stop and think about our life experiences and take out the positive stuff out of these life experiences to make us get enlightenment. And enlightenment is not somebody that's now all of a sudden better and can do all kinds of magical things and that. It's enlightenment is when you get answers to the questions that you are seeking, and then you get that aha moment. That's, oh, I understand. That's enlightenment. And Buddhism is uncovering and leading a creative life, and in the process establishing your own story. So it's all about finding peace, finding harmony, finding questions to your answers, living a better life. And you create your own life through sitting and pondering. You have to ponder, and they talk a lot about inference. Inference is been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but you haven't just read up on the you've learned it in a book and stuff like that. You've actually understood through experiencing it yourself to stop and smell the roses and think about what you've experienced and take out the lessons out of that. And therefore it's not just been there, done that, got the t-shirt, but been there, done that, understood it, made it part of your life, found the positive out of it, and are sharing it with other people. That is inference. So they use mandalas and they use chanting to help them meditate so that they can find and turn inwards to find their answers. And I found it was very, very interesting that they've got these specific virtues that they follow. And these virtues, I'm going to read them out to you, is to loathe evil and abstain from all evil, to refrain from intoxicants and be steadfast in virtue. So no drinking of alcohol, no smoking, no drug addictive behavior, nothing that will make you addictive. So not even gaming for long periods of time, anything that makes you more addictive or takes away from you observing the pleasure of life and sitting and thinking and pondering is intoxicating. Be respectful, humble, content, and grateful, and listen to the truth. Listen to the truth that's been told to you. Be patient and obedient. Associate with monks and have religious discussions with them or with your priests. Have self-restraint. Live a holy and chaste life. Allow your mind to be unraveled by fortune and be sorrow-free. Associate with wise and not foolish and honor them. I thought that was very, very funny, and many people have said this. If you want to learn, then hang around people that are better at a certain thing than you. If you want to be more healthy, hang around healthy people. If you want to have better relationships, hang around people that have got good relationships, and not around people that are stupid or drug addicts or not being able to live their life properly. Live in a suitable locality and do meritorious actions to set oneself on the right course. They say that if you're always doing everything right, then nobody can point a finger at you and say that you've done wrong. Learn all the time and be handicraft. So do stuff with your hands. Don't just sit back and do nothing and be bored. Constantly learn how to work with your hands. Be disciplined and have good speech. So don't swear and use foul language, but learn to speak with proper diction. Learn to improve your figure of speeches. Support your mother and your father. Cherish your wife and your children and be peaceful at home. Be generous in giving. Have good conduct and help relatives, and be blameless in action. Those I really enjoyed their things. Now, the other interesting thing that I found about the Buddhists or Buddhism is that they do not have a set script like a Bible or the Quran, but they take teachings out of all religions. So they've taken teachings out of the Christianity, out of the Bible, out of the Quran, out of Hinduism, and they look at what is the overall question, and then they look for teachings within that question to improve your life. So they call them canons, and you'll have an open canon or a closed canon. An open canon is where they feel that the lessons needed to be taught have not been finished, so they haven't found all the answers yet. Whereas a closed canon is a set of questions that have been answered in teachings, in stories that have been written, and it makes a lot of sense, and therefore they feel that that is acceptable. They also change their stories according to science. So if they have a specific belief, and this belief has been changed as a result of being proven incorrect by science, they will then adapt the teaching to incorporate the science into it and make it a proper teaching. They also say that anyone can be a Buddha. And a Buddha is basically, they talk about finding refuge in the Buddha. And refuge is where you have a specific question or you're looking for answers. You will go to people that will have the answers. So perhaps in the medical field, you will go from doctor to doctor to doctor looking for the correct answer. And when you find synergy in a specific doctor or a specific person that's able to help you, you will find refuge within that person, and that person then becomes your Buddha. He's the one that's giving you the teachings. He's the master. He's the one that's done all the research, done all the knowledge. He's been there, he's got inference, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So the person with inference becomes the Buddha that then teaches you the truth, which is known as Dharma. And once you've known the truth as Dharma, you become the Sangha, which is like a disciple or a person following what has been told that has been told for them to do, and you then do it right, and then you teach it to others. Then you become the master again, the Buddha. So I find it very enlightening that anyone can do it. And I also found another thing that was very, very nice to look at. They have a hierarchy of sacrifices, and the more you sacrifice, the better a person you are. Now you can do all of them or some of them, but the more you sacrifice, the better person you become. And the sacrifices, and this is from the bottom up, so bottom of the totem pole or hierarchy, is avoid animal sacrifices and show thanks. So many people do animal sacrifices to their gods or believe that it attracts good karma, but the Buddhist people believe that if you're going to do animal sacrifices, if you're having a party or to show your gratification, it is going to attract bad karma. Do not beat others to do your bidding. So don't have slaves and beat them if you want to. The people must do the things willingly. When you're giving or attending a function or a gathering, bring a family gift. And I like this thought. It was more something that you do. So if you're a beekeeper, you would bring honey. If you grow plants, you would bring a flower. And it's something that you are more creative with, that you are being creative. They said you must be creative and be handy with your hands. So if you've gone and drawn a beautiful picture, you can take that as a gift. It doesn't have to always be something that you buy. Then they say provide shelter for the Sangha, so those are the disciples. Take refuge, so find the answers that you're seeking. Never give up in finding enlightenment. Never give up in finding the answers you're looking for. Refrain from taking life, stealing, sexual immorality, lying, taking alcohol, drugs, or addictive behavior. And that's one of their virtues that they follow. And this is also one of the 10 commandments, or a lot of the 10 commandments. And the last one is to become a Buddhist, and that's to become fully enlightened. So it was very, very, very nice to learn these things. Anyone can become a Buddha. If you are knowledgeable and are able to help others find the truth with this knowledge, you are the Buddha. We've spoken about this. And then the student becomes the master. And the chanting that they do and the mandalas that they use are there just to help you attract your focus so that you can go inwards to find the answers, so that you're not, it's like the prayers that we use. Prayer is a form of chanting. It's just saying a specific prayer over and over, and those words become food for the soul, and it has specific meaning for the person, and it helps you to turn inwards and to find the answers. And the other interesting thing about the teachings that they use for their canons is that the teachings can come in any form. So it could be somebody having a question and they have a dream about it, and the dream answers the question. Or you will have a conversation with somebody and you've got this question at the back of the mind, and then that person will say something that will answer that question, and therefore you get enlightenment. Or it can be that you're feeling sad and you're worried about something, and you hear a beautiful song on the radio, and it helps you think of that person and gives you answers for that person or gives you answers about the questions that you're asking, that is then incorporated into their teachings. So enlightenment comes from a range of different areas. So it can come from a section that you've read out the Bible, or it can come from a dream, it can come from a thought, an aha moment, a song, chatting to people. That's why it is important to communicate with others and to talk deeply about things that have happened in your life so that you can find answers, and you would find these in the people that you can trust that will help you move forward in your life to find peace and happiness. So it was a very enlightening course that I attended. I'm glad I did it. It took about 3 weeks to do and well worth having a look into. So that's what I learned. I'm glad to be able to share it with you. It was fun to do that, and enjoy and like this and subscribe, and let's have a look for some other interesting topics that we can discuss. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.